Hello, Frankie. How are you today?
I'm doing great so far. In North Korea, they're not allowed to know about Greta Thunberg. They're not allowed to know about Donald Trump. They're not allowed to know about the outside world, period.
Why aren't they allowed to know?
That's the way they are.
So their internet is different? Do they even have internet?
And that means that most people don't have access to the internet. Very few over there, but extremely limited. But the websites, all websites are blocked over there.
You're on a lot of shows. Can you tell us your schedule, Frankie? What is your show schedule every week?
Basically, Jason Marshall, We Don't Have Cookies is at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 2 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. Jason Marshall, We Don't Have Cookies. And most of the times I have an interview with Trey Campbell at 3 o'clock p.m. Atlantic Time, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on Sundays. And I'm on Trevor's Happy Hour at midnight on Sundays.
Thank you, Frankie. And thank you for being on the Bass Guy Show. Lucas saying, what has Frankie had for lunch?
I had sausages.
Here in Montreal, we're on red alert. We're on the highest alert right now. Yesterday, more people contracted the virus than since it started. I think 1,300 and something people.
Then did you hear about that? What happens in Montreal goes in a black alert.
What does that mean then? What would black alert make us do, Frankie?
Then there'll be total lockdown like Italy.
Frankie, what's happening in the world right now? It's Wednesday. What's happening with the weather in North America?
That means that cold air and warm air fighting each other. And they're going to get some snow in northern Canada and things like that. Arizona's going to be extremely hot. In Europe, there's going to be lots of rain. In Japan, there's a possible typhoon hitting for Tokyo on Saturday.
Are you still going on your world tour, Frankie?
Yes, going to every country in the world.
And I see that you've been doing a lot of interviews lately. You want to explain that to us?
I was talking to Vincent Ward. I was talking to former Premier Kathleen Wynne. And I was talking to Ezra Rankin. I was talking to Alex Singleton. I was talking to Keith Guggen, and I was talking to Jane Eastwood.
And who's been organizing all of these interviews for you?
And the Premier Stephen McNeil.
Who set this up for you?
Dolan Atack.
Dolan Atack, is that his name?
Yes, Dalyn Atack.
And he's from your area, right?
He's from Hamilton.
What have you been up to, Frankie? Are you still going to see sports games or movies or anything?
That means that I saw Alien Counterfeit at home last night. Alien Counterfeit, Michael Fassbender movie. Alien Counterfeit.
And did you have any snacks or anything during the movie? What are you doing there, Frankie?
I was drinking and things like that. And did you hear about that? I was watching Padres game last night.
Okay, and who won?
Don't know.
Okay, but you saw the game, but you don't know who won. You can't remember?
The Lakers won last night against Heat in basketball.
Okay, I saw some of that on the news. Talking about the news, is there a debate tonight with the vice presidents?
Yes. Vice President, Democratic Vice President, and Republican Vice President both have to stay 12 feet apart. That's more than 6 feet apart.
And what other things have you been up to, Frankie? How's Scott at the Pizza Zone?
He's doing great so far. And did you hear about that? Over in North Korea, they're not allowed to know about nothing. They're not even allowed to know about Greta Thunberg. They're not even allowed to know about Donald Trump or nothing. Somebody waxed the floor too much in the house, and a guy fell down the stairs because somebody waxed the stairs by mistake. The guy fell down the stairs and go boom, boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, my back.
They say, okay, doctor, this guy's all broken up. Throw him in the garbage.
You're coming with me. Throw him in the garbage. And the media comes and says, why did you throw him in the garbage?
Doctor's just too busy.
Yeah, but he just fell down. He hurt his back. He just needs some rest. That's all.
Somebody call an ambulance.
Yeah, they called the ambulance, and the guy fell down on the polished floor. He hurt his back, so the doctor just threw him in the garbage.
How a trouble doctor would.
The doctor would be interrogated by the police, and they'd put him in an interrogation room, and they'd talk to him for 24 hours. There'd be good cop and bad cop.
That means where's the doctor be going?
The doctor would be going to jail. He'd be doing time in the slammer.
What about the hospital staff?
The hospital staff will all be under interrogation and investigation. The hospital would have to be shut down.
That means who did this?
Who did this? The doctor did it. Why did he do it to you?
Doctor's just too busy.
Put him in the garbage. Oh, man. And then the guy in the garbage comes out with a sore back. He'd have to go home. What would his wife say?
Get in the shower.
Get in the shower and wash. I
How
love
much
that.
trouble doctor would be at this? Wife would have to go to jail to question the doctor.
Yeah, he'd have to go to the jail to question the doctor and say, why did you do this? Then they'd have to go on trial. The trial would be on television.
The guy in the garbage will be there.
Yeah, and it'd go to Supreme Court.
What about the guy in the garbage?
The guy in the garbage would be in a whole lot of trouble too, because he'd be all dirty. He'd have to go home and wash.
The guy in the garbage will testify to the doctor.
Put him in the garbage. Oh, I hate to ruin the joke, Frankie, but there's a bee in your room.
I don't see any bees in my room.
Frankie, here's a question. What is your favorite Halloween costume?
I like vampires. I do YouTube videos of vampires.
I have a clip here. Do you mind if I show the clip, Frankie?
Yeah.
It's a clip of you talking. I think it's one of your first. I think it's 7 years old, and it's you talking about Halloween.
Yeah.
So we'll just listen to that for a second. You have a close listen, Frankie.
Greetings. Welcome to my show. My name is Frankie MacDonald. This episode is Facts for Halloween. For the Halloween night, people will be dressing up as scary stuff. Some of the people will be dressing up as screams. People dressing up as ghosts. There will be a lot of trick-or-treaters in Toronto, Ontario on Halloween night. People will be going trick-or-treating in Toronto on Halloween night. There will be a lot of scary stuff, scary costumes such as ghosts, goblins, Frankensteins, Draculas, people dressing up as vampires, Draculas, and all the other scary stuff like Draculas, vampires.
So that's a long time ago, Frankie. Do you remember doing that?
I remember doing that back in 2011.
Okay, that's a long time ago. So you still do those videos every year?
Yes.
That's my favorite one when you talk about Halloween. I know a lot of people like Halloween. But Halloween this year, Frankie, might be the first Halloween that I know of that's been canceled. Like,
what about
legit.
the Spanish flu 1919?
Yeah, they probably had no Halloween back then, but no one was alive back then. So this is the first time in our lifetime that Halloween is going to be canceled, I think.
Yes, what about the other lifetime 1990 Spanish flu epidemic?
But no one has to worry, because instead of Halloween, all you have to do is watch the elections. See what I did there, Frankie? That's a professional comedy joke. No canceling Halloween. I'll just spend it at home. So people will just be at home watching horror films and stuff.
What about what was going on in Halloween during World War II?
And it's usually Frankie and we came up with this theory that at the root of all of these problems is usually a grumpy old man.
Yeah, and Bolivia must be a hybrid country.
The grumpy old man syndrome that ruined the world. But the world's been fighting for thousands of years.
The old leader running from Egypt, Libya, Algeria, Morocco, Chad, Uganda, Ethiopia, Somalia, Sudan, South Sudan, Gabon, Congo, DR Congo, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Zambia, South Africa, Botswana, all those African countries, and Mali and Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, and all those places.
Do you think it's just a coincidence that for thousands of years all of these various different places were run by grumpy old men?
Same with India.
Yeah, who should replace the grumpy old men to make the planet a safer place?
Aboriginal woman. I'm talking about that karaoke guy at the bar.
Oh, yeah, the karaoke guy. He'd be like, you threw it in the garbage. Why'd you throw it in the garbage? He'd go to jail for throwing away property that wasn't his.
That means that it's Phil Kasoof.
Yeah, he'd say, you're going to... He'd call the police. The police would come and goes, why did you call? This guy threw my computer in the garbage.
I'm talking about the karaoke guy. He got a computer himself.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Frankie. I got confused there. So the actual real karaoke guy that's your friend.
Yeah. Just imagine his computer keeps on crashing. What does that mean?
He means he's gonna open up the window and throw it out the window into the trash.
That means what the bartender will say.
The bartender say, you can't come in here anymore. You can't be throwing out computers and stuff. And then bass guy would go to the garbage, and I would take the computer out the garbage and take it home and fix it up with you.
That means what about Phil Kasoof? What does that mean?
He'd go to jail. He'd have to go to jail because he threw the karaoke computer in the garbage.
He keeps on crashing.
Yeah, keeps. Oh, my whole life is crashing right now. What's happening with FedEx right now, Frankie?
What?
FedEx and all the deliveries and stuff, and Amazon. Everyone's at home for lockdown, so people are ordering stuff now, right?
Yeah, FedEx is really busy.
Yeah, for this weekend in Montreal, Frankie MacDonald.
Over in Montreal, and it's supposed to be some showers on Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be rain on Thanksgiving Day on Monday. It's going to be 50 millimeters of rain on Monday, and temperature is going to be decent. This is the cooler temperatures in Montreal. All the heat waves came to an end. People regaining their energy in Montreal, especially computer tech guys like especially Geek Squad from Best Buy.
Oh, from the Best Buy. That's one of your favorite stores. And Frankie,
the bar, then Phil Kasoof will say, I'm calling Geek Squad, then the Geek Squad guys have to go to the bar.
Yeah, they'll go to the bar and they'll say, hey, I got an idea. Let's do some karaoke. Let's go up and sing Peaches.
That means then the Geek Squad has to fix the computer at the bar. What does that mean?
It means they'll probably have to call you up. You'll be like, doot, 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 doot.
That means
yeah,
what the bartender
Frankie?
will say, Geek Squad guys.
Oh, yeah, because the Geek Squad guys are good. Oh, yeah, of course, the Geek Squad guys will come down. They'll take the computer out of the garbage, and they'll say, there's nothing wrong with it. We're just missing a power supply.
It's a laptop. His laptops keep on crashing because it's getting old.
Aha, you have to update it. You got to get a whole new laptop.
The Geek Squad will say, Phil Kasoof, you got a need.
Yeah, you can't just be throwing the laptop in the garbage. So
Perhaps
Frankie,
the doctor picked up the guy, throw the guy in the garbage.
he said, put him in the garbage. Put him in the garbage. Put him in the garbage. Put him in the
The
garbage.
doctor will say, I don't want to hear about stories about you. Put him in the garbage.
Your comedy jokes are amazing, Frankie. You're going to be telling this joke on your world tour.
Yes. Then the doctor will say, I don't want to hear about your stories.
I've had enough. I'm sick and tired of your stories. Get the throw them in the garbage.
Best of luck to you. I'm Frankie MacDonald. You're listening to Base Guys Internet Radio Show.
Thanks, Frankie. Talk to you next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie MacDonald on the Bass Guy Show. Maybe in another 7 years, I'll get the hang of this.
I am Frankie MacDonald. This is Halloween. This is a Base Guy Show. I am Frankie MacDonald. You are listening to Base Guy Internet Radio Show. See you guys in October 2020.